party at 2:45. There's an after party at 2:45 on Aki Adeshola. Everybody's invited. All road leads to 2:45 at Aki Adeshola. Please don't miss it. We want to see everybody there. We're going to have a party. I tell myself when I somebody call me Monday. I'm a winner, not a loser. I tell myself when I somebody call me Monday. I'm a winner, not a loser.
Hello everyone, welcome to GNU according to CD, that is Government of National Unity. So I thought today I was not going to post any videos because I was just going to sit down and watch some sports and everything else. Then ding 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 ding, I remember today is the 31st of August 2024 and in Nigeria they are going to be hosting Miss Universe Nigeria 2024 finale. And I was like, I gotta watch this. I gotta watch this excellent and prestigious pageant on the African continent. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's see what's happening. Of course, it was supposed to have started from what I saw earlier at 7. Then there was delays, and then they made it to 7:30. Then there was another delay, and they made it to 7:45. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, we're dealing with live show here, so I will forgive that. Then the show began. Of course, it began with some glitches and stuff like that. I was like, okay, cool, cool. Again, this is live, but you need to be organized because we also had the same thing. It was live, but it was smooth running. And then the pageant started. My goodness, I have to be honest with you guys. I know I betrayed South Africa just for tonight. My patriotism, I just landed to Nigeria just for tonight. And then these girls walked out in their traditional wear. I was mind blown at the beauty of their traditional attire. They were gorgeous. I mean, every state in Nigeria, I think I now understand y'all. I understand why some are so proud of their state versus being proud of being Nigerian. I got to understand through the attires. Of course, I wanted to see more what do you call this, of other states that did not make it on the stage, just like Taraba, which did not feature anywhere until Chidimma happened as contestant number 25. Even Taraba itself, I was like, gorgeous. And I must say, Miss Quara gave it. I mean, she brought it. She brought the traditional wear, she brought the nightwear, she brought the swimwear, and she brought, I mean, I was like, wow. And I'm not surprised that she even won Miss Personality, even though these titles are like so 1990s, because all these titles are no longer played in the beauty space. Like with Miss, I think it was Miss Kenya that I watched. There was Miss Congeniality. Can you imagine Miss Congeniality? When last did you hear of Miss Congeniality? Yeah, Miss Kenya had it. Then I watched Miss DRC Congo, or is it DR Congo? I don't know what was going on there, but okay. They were speaking French, and there were times where they were speaking English. So it's cool. It looks very like 1950s type of situation. Then I could not wait to see the Nigerian Miss Universe, I mean, Miss Universe Nigeria stage, because it's not only about the girls. It's not only about the attire, the stuff they are going to wear. It's not about their performances alone. Everything is gelled together, including the stage. I mean, on the Miss Universe stage, there's got to be stairs, at least 5 staircases, because the girls in Miss Universe, the main pageant, that is how you are also judged. You are judged with how do you interact with the staircase? Do you look at it as you go down? Do you look at it as you go up? Do you look at it as you move horizontally? But Miss Nigeria stage, Miss Universe Nigeria stage, it did not have any stairs for us to be able to say, yeah, I think Chidimma, she won based on her performance with everything that is gelled up on the stage because that's how you judge. You don't only judge with beauty, you don't only judge the brain, you don't judge the advocacy, you don't only judge the wares that they are going to be wearing, but how they also interact with the stage as well as the crowd. The crowd sounded non-existent to me, and I looked at the chairs real closely, empty, empty. But then at some point they did fill up, and then when they did fill up and the camera would pan onto the audience, the majority of them are old people. How do you put? Anyways, they were old. That's all. That's why I was like, this. Why I'm hearing crickets in on. I mean, when it comes to the audience, because the audience needs to be the one that hyping these girls up, giving them confidence. That is why you will see a girl will walk down the runway with a smile, and then her smile just fades away simply because they're silent. I mean, she's getting confused. Like, do people like me? Don't they like me? What's going on? That is the situation we're having. But even the contestant herself, she needs to hype up the crowd with her smile and the way also she performs on stage in front of them. But all that was not happening. There was a bit of chaos as well with the contestants, like I don't know, conversing with each other, pulling each other, and then tapping on each other. And I was like, on the Miss Universe stage, I'm talking about the main stage, all of that is not allowed. It's not allowed. You get points are minus there. So I mean, yeah, I'm disappointed with the stage. I don't wanna lie. The stage was boring. The stage was almost like what you would call not even a national pageant type of situation. It's like you're auditioning for girls to, for fashion week or something like that. Even those stages themselves, they have some kind of features that pops. If you looked at Miss South Africa stage, it transformed at least 4 times. It had those two type of stairs. It had 3 steps. It had 1 step, and then it had a flight of staircase that was at least 10 staircases on that stairs that the girls came down from with 2 gentlemen holding them side by side. That is how you are judged. That is Miss Universe quality type of production. Nigeria did not give it. I am so sorry, Nigeria. I do not want to lie. On this one, you dropped the ball. Because I was expecting something spectacular. The way you guys were saying it. This is the most prestigious pageant in Africa. And I'm like, woo, South Africa, they're going to make you run for your money. Nah. I watched Miss Kenya, like I said. I watched Miss Congo. And now Miss Nigeria. The stages were the same. The lighting on Miss Universe Nigeria was horrible. The lighting in Miss Universe Kenya, it was great, but horrible stage, horrible. Even the what do you call this? The audience in Miss Kenya as well. At least with Miss Congo, there was some life-ish, not that much life, and the talking in Miss Kenya and the talking as well in Miss DRC. That is all unnecessary. Now, with Miss Universe Nigeria, too much of the mentioning of the sponsors, which took so many times. It was both on videos as well as the presenters, and they would just kept repeating the sponsors, and it's a long list of them, and which of course bites in on the time. So I think maybe they need to work on that, like remove the too much talking and presenters with the girls and their performances, probably with the stage as well. They need to work on that stage production because it was juvenile. It was really juvenile. Honestly speaking, two performances, and as well when the top 25, when the 25 was called on stage, there was too much dead space. At that, you should have put a performer while the girls are coming through to line up before the announcement of the 3 winners. And it's just that space and that song that kept repeating over and over and over and over. Nah, that was not good. That was not good at all. According to the performances of the girls, of course, my top 5. Only one person on my top 5 did not make it, which was Miss Quara. Obviously, she was not going. They were not going to take her to the top 5. and she made it to the top 10 by virtue of South Africa. Of course, South Africa was shouted out twice by the on stage, and also by the CEO of Silverbird, which is also the CEO of Miss Nigeria, Miss Universe Nigeria, shouted us out, and he said he cannot believe who's watching. South Africa is watching. Yeah, we were watching. And he goes on to patronize us, and he says he loves us. Like, really, really? No, you love the money we send to you. Cool, it's okay. I mean, we don't mind that. We got plenty of it too. I'm just saying. The stage shows it. Both stage. They kind of show it. And then from there, as I was saying, my top five, as per the performance, because this is a competition. And I will tell you something about Chidimma. Chidimma dropped the ball majorly. Watch her performance, especially from the time she was wearing the evening wear. She does not let go of her gown. She holds it up to give her feet room to walk. And those are points minus when you do that on the Miss
And guess who's
Universe
watching?
stage or
I
Miss
can't
World
believe
stage.
this.
You need
South Africa
you must
is
be able
watching
to
this
work
show
with the dress
live.
that you are given. If it's a long dress,
I love you guys
you
in South
need to
Africa.
work
They
with
make
it
it up.
because it's part and parcel of you showing performance, right? And also showing queen material type of situation. No, she was holding it up throughout. Every time she was called, she would hold it up. Every time she exited the stage, she would pull it up. And I'm like, I don't think you are Miss Universe material. And now that she is Miss Universe, yeah, spoiler alert, now that she is Miss Universe Nigeria and she is going to go to Mexico in November, she needs to learn how to walk in a very long dress. Even if she steps on it, she needs to learn how to navigate around it because those are points that are either added or minus. In her case, minus. And she did not deserve the title. But anyways, most of us already knew that this Miss Universe Nigeria is fixed for Chidimma to win because she does have the international look and she's also internationally trained. By internationally trained, I mean South Africa. I mean, South Africa, before you even go to the stage, there are these model coaches that you go through. They tell you of the things that you shouldn't do, you should do, da 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 da. And she was demonstrating all of those things on Miss Universe Nigeria, which actually her biggest competition, I feel, was Miss Anambra. Miss Anambra was like gorgeous, number one. Number two, she epitomizes international Miss Universe type of situation. I'm glad that even though I suspected that she was going to be chosen for Miss Supranational that is going to be held in Poland next year, but in all honesty, my Miss Universe Nigeria is Miss Rivers. Miss Rivers was they played her dirty. At least she should have made it to Miss Lush, you know. But if Chidimma was not there, Miss Rivers would have been the one that goes and represent Nigeria at Miss Supranational next year. And Miss Universe would have been Miss Anambra, who was going to represent Nigeria in Mexico if Chidimma was not there. Now, do you see, girls, when you said we need to write a letter to Chidimma and invite her to come and participate in Miss Universe, do you see your life now? That space was for Miss Rivers that Chidimma took, in my own opinion. If she was not Miss Supranational, at least Miss Universe Nigeria. But y'all let a whole South. Never mind. Let's leave it there because I don't want to start a whole new fight. But in all honesty, production needs to be worked on. Stage needs to be like the whole shebang needs to be worked on. However, though, I'm very quite impressed with the broadcasting. The broadcasting was fantastic. There were no buffering. Everything was just great because we understand that sometimes in Nigeria the network don't work properly, as well as they have the situation with electricity and Napa, I think they call it. Napa sometimes comes and play. And I was very impressed that it did not. Maybe they have backup generators, I don't know. But there I'm very impressed. I'm also impressed with the presenters. I think the presenters did an amazing job. Quite confident, quite understandable as well. And I love watching them. I really, really enjoy them. However, the judges, I must say, the judges, I don't know where they got them from, but it was quite funny. Having three men to judge. Okay. I again, like I said, it looks as though Miss Universe Nigeria went back in time to the 1990s because you would have male judges back then. Right now, it's like just women because women understand this competition. And then you look at the caliber of the judges, old people. Once again, those are old people. There was one that even showed disinterest when the camera zoomed onto her. I think it was during a performance of some sort, and she looked almost irritated. I was like, yeah, girl, you need to go sleep. The body's tired. You're old. That was for me and very unfortunate. The other thing that was unfortunate for me is having the Minister of Arts and Culture in a Miss Universe because I'm understanding that it is a private situation, not a government situation. And so to have a government representative there, it was okay to say the Minister of Arts and Culture is in the room and leave it at that. Not invite her on stage and even make her say things. You understand what I'm trying to say? It was just for me uncalled for. What else did I also notice? Oh yeah, and then I noticed that right at the back, beyond behind the tables, you had the peasants sitting there, and the peasants section as well itself was quite empty. I think those are the people that were trying their level best to make the noise that they wanted to make. To kind of live up the room. If I was the organizers, I would have taken them from the back and then filled them in those tables that were empty so that when they start cheering up the contestants, at least you would hear some life from the audience. But of course, some are more equal than others. I get it, ticket wise, because all those people win those round tables. You could tell these are people with money, and probably they even had an interest, one or the other, on Miss Universe Nigeria. I don't know. Some people say sometimes in Nigeria, these pageants people bribe the judges. I don't know how true that is, but from what I am seeing, especially with the winner, I mean, this pageant was already designed and fixed for Chidimma to win. Period. I mean, we've been saying this for the long. I've been at least let me say me. I've been saying this for the longest time. Chidimma was fixed to win Miss Universe Nigeria. Whether to spite South Africa, I don't think they did it to spite South Africa. I think they saw an opportunity and they took it because Chidimma is internationally trained. So anybody that is going to say, yeah, meet Chidimma, no, Chidimma is international material. And we as South Africans have been saying this for the longest time. So if you think that you are going to throw it on us, no, you're missing, you missed the point completely of what a beauty pageant is about. Chidimma is a Miss Universe material. And is she Mia's competition? Is she? Is she Mia's competition at Miss Universe? I don't think so. I don't think so because the judges in Miss Universe they also watch your performance at your country's Miss Universe before you got to the main stage. And her lifting up her dress, those are points that are going to be minus. Those points are going to be minus, despite the fact that she has a story in terms of her identity and the crime around it. I don't know how she's going to present herself at Miss Universe because one thing about Miss Universe, they take their reputation very, 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 very seriously. They also take the image of Miss Universe brand itself very seriously. And the last thing that they would want is to crown a controversial Miss something country. So I don't think Chidima is going to even make it in the top 20. In the past, I said she was going to make it all the way to the top three. Now that has changed, at least with me. That has changed a lot. A lot has changed for me. Yes, she will remain in Nigeria for the next year. I don't know what's going to happen in the background when it comes to her identity. And since it's been alleged that she got her citizenship illegally, I don't know how that is going to affect her reign as Miss Universe Nigeria, let alone board an aeroplane to Mexico City to represent Nigeria. I think if Miss Universe, the pageant itself, does reject her to be representing Nigeria, I think Miss Rivers, or at least Anambra, like they must swap Anambra with Rivers. Let Anambra go for Miss Universe, and then Miss Rivers go for Miss Supranational. That's what I foresee. I foresee that because as the investigations here in South Africa intensifies, this reign is going to be very difficult for Chidimma. I think so. Other than that, we'll see how everything goes, guys. Those are just my small little thoughts about Miss Universe Nigeria. Of course, probably there'll be more that might come from me. I just thought while it's still fresh and Chidimma just getting to get used to the crown on her head. Oh yeah, how do I feel about the crown? I'm quite disappointed at the crown. It doesn't look. It doesn't look real. You know, Miss South Africa crown is made of real diamonds and real um, gemstones and silver. No, not silver. I believe it is platinum and gold, like real stuff, like real. I mean, like if you had to steal it from her head, you are going to make millions of rands, even millions of dollars. That the Miss Nigeria one, not even bronze, guys. Come on, that didn't look real at all. The one that almost looked real was for Miss Lush. It almost looked real, but and the trophies that Miss whatever this. Anyways, guys, let me leave it there. Miss Universe Nigeria took place tonight, and Chidimma Vanessa and Argentina won Miss Nigeria, obviously. And yeah, that's the end. Anyways, do not leave this video without liking, sharing, commenting. And when you do subscribe, make sure to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you once again, guys, for the super thanks that are coming through. I highly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, Nigeria, your traditional attires, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I love each and every one of them. I would have loved to see more. But anyways, that's cool. See you next time. Goodbye.